Hello and welcome to brick tip number 43. So I was asked a couple weeks ago by a viewer if I could do bridges. And I have been thinking about this for a while, and I also saw something last week where a house was just constructed with the frame. I'll put the link to that picture in the description. So it got me thinking about doing different types of trusses and trestle bridges and how I could brick build those. I know I could do it out of Technic, but I'm thinking more about brick building, things like that, and possibly constructing a house exactly like it's done in real life, where you build the frame and then you add the cladding and whatnot on the outside. So I've been playing with these ideas for a while with the plate walls and things like that. So this morning I sat down, I came up with a truss that is very strong. I was actually surprised how strong this is. And this will be the first kind of exercise into getting into more and more complicated trusses. And of course this instantly becomes a trestle bridge when you pop it up like that. So it's going to work perfectly. So first of all, before I go any further, I want to show you the stress test that I gave this. I didn't use like 10-pound weights or anything. It's just my fingers. It doesn't have to hold up the world. So here we go. I'm going to squeeze it with both hands, and you can see what's going to happen. I think you got a good visual on that. I am bending that and bending that and bending that. Whole lots of stress going on those bricks, and it is holding. I am really pushing on that. You can see the end of my fingers are white. I'm putting a lot of, and I cannot break that. So I'm qualifying that as a massive success. Now I'm sure other people have done this before. It's just simple geometry, but I hadn't seen it and I wanted to give it a try. So the next step I'm going to do is construct another one of these frames. I'm actually going to try the trestle bridge idea out, and maybe I'll put a payload on it to see exactly how much weight this can take. Before I do that, I want to break this down so that you can see exactly how this was done. Obviously it's just a series of plates and only 3 hinges here, but we have our first hinge. I didn't check the angles. This is something that's going to change according to what slope you want in your building, so the angles don't matter. What actually matters, I think, more than anything, is that I went with a even spacing down here and an odd spacing up here, and the difference between where these 2 hinges are is an odd number. It's not an even number, and if you've been watching my videos, you've heard me say this time and time and time again. Lego really works well in odd numbers. I know we have even sized bricks, but it seems to be the geometry works really well in odd numbers. So let's pop these off, and I went 3 thick, obviously for strength, to make sure that those hinges do not pop out. They're built through the center. These 1x1s are just for blocking. And let's get the last one off. And there. So now you can see kind of the mid structure. So I have plates on either sides of the hinges to make sure that they don't move. These hinges are placed in such a way, pointing toward the ball here pointing towards, or the hinge pointing towards the outside, and this one pointing towards the inside, so that when this one wants to open, these want to close. So we get that resistance from this one trying to open up and these resisting that force by both wanting to close, and that is generating all of that. Even in 2, I'm just testing it out here. Even with only 2 thickness of the plates, that is still incredibly strong. You don't even need the third one. The reason I was putting the third one on was to trap those. So anyway, there's a start. I will be right back and I will give a trestle bridge a try. Okay, so we have our bridge now. So I just want to show you quickly how I got this together. So 2 frames, brackets on the outside with these spreaders here, of course, to keep the bridge from splaying this way. And then brackets underneath our roadway to hold the bridge together in the other way. So we're gonna give this a test. We will see how much weight we can put on this. Now, I wasn't planning on doing a stress test because I mentioned it was just a matter of I wanted to see if I could actually get the frame to work and stuff, and it works fantastic, as you can tell. But I think we need to test this. So I'm gonna get set it up, and then we'll start putting some weight on it. Okay, I think we're ready for a test. Let's start at 2. So the weakest structure here is actually going to be the bed, because it's just laying on those brackets. So if anything gives, it's going to be here. That's fine. Let's go to 5. Oh, we hear some creaking. Okay, so 5's good. Let's take this one and just put that right in the middle. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's go for 7. Good at 7. Let's go for 10. Let's go right up to 10. See if we can. All right. Oh, look at that bend at 10. But it is strong. It is not budging at all. This is only being held by those plates back here. It is not being held at all along the bottom. So this is just utter tension. Okay. I'm probably going to stop at 15 if we get to 15. So let's go to 12. This could be bad. There it goes. Okay, I think that's it. The bed has failed, but I don't think the actual bridge has failed. It's just the bed. And I think if we go any further, we might see some parts snap. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I think 12 pounds is quite admirable for that little bit of construction. I think that's fantastic. So I've got further to go with this, not in this video, but if you have found this useful, please hit that like button and subscribe and share it around so that others can be inspired. We have a Patreon account if you wish to support us that way. You can also join in the conversation on Facebook and our other social feeds. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna give it one more try. Oh man. I can't leave well enough alone, you know that? I just can't do that. Alright, here we go. Just before. There we go. Keep dreaming in bricks. Bye bye.